Hello, this is Mrs. Foy, and I want to show you today how to read data in box plots and glean information from that data. So here are three box plots showing the distances that three students could throw their paper airplanes. And we can see Andre's planes flew between 25 and 30 yards. Lynn's planes flew between 20 and 32 yards, and Noah's planes flew between 13 and 25 yards. So let's answer some questions about this data. What's the longest distance that any of the paper airplanes could fly? Well, we can see, looking at the three box plots lined up one under the other, that Lynn's flew the longest distance at 32 yards. What's a typical distance that Noah's planes could fly? And looking at Noah, I will look at his median data. So that's right here. His median is 20. So the typical distance his planes could fly is 20 yards. Do I agree with the statement that more than half of Lynn's planes flew more than 25 yards? So I would look at Lynn's median. Her median is at 28 yards. More than half of her planes can fly more than 28 yards. So I would not agree that more than half of her planes can fly more than 25 yards. And final question I want to look at is which students' mean times varied the least? Our flight times. Which students' flight times varied the least? So Andre's flight times varied between 25 yards and 30 yards. So they varied 5 yards. Lynn's flight times varied between 20 yards and 32 yards. So there's a variation of 12 yards there. Noah's flight times varied between 13 yards and 25 yards. So again, a variance of 12 yards. So the student whose flight times varied the least was Andre. There's only a variance of 5 yards in Andre's flight times. And that's the information we can glean from, that's some of the information we can glean from these three box plots. Thank you for watching.